All right, guys and girls, welcome back to DVDs, Nuts, and Popcorn. I am your host, Tight White. We're going to do something special at the end of, or the beginning of this video here. So, at this particular Goodwill we're about to go into, there's a special needs guy that works there. Sweetheart of a guy, man. He's always, always has great customer service. He's always, saying what's up. Now, he's mentioned literally I don't know, the last 4 out of 5 times I've been in here, how excited he is about the new Scream movie that's coming out, and how he needs to find the Scream DVDs, the original, what was there, 4 movies, or was it 3 movies? I think it was 3. But anyway, so I actually picked this up at Goodwill, I don't know, a few years back. And it comes with the slipcover, really cool. And it's got, the first 3 movies in there. It's the Ultimate Collection. It's got a little art book right there. It's got Scream 2, the original, Scream 3, and, oh no, this is a exclusive bonus DVD here. So this has bonus features on it, and there's the original DVD. So I'm going to surprise him today. But you know what? I just realized something. The sticker from Goodwill is still on here. I left it after all this time. I need to take that off because they're going to think that I'm stealing or something like that. Because I don't know if the manager will give me a problem, because I'm just going to hand this to him. I'm going to bring this bag in there and I'm going to say, hey man, here's a late Christmas present. Because he's like a huge fan of the Scream franchise. So it'll be cool. Like I can't really stick the camera in his face. So I'll try to record it, but I don't want to be awkward. But yeah, I think he's going to be really excited about it, as much as he harps on Scream movies every time I come in here. All right, so let's do that. Let's go inside here and surprise this guy. Yeah. Merry late Christmas. Open it up, check it out. Yes.
I actually gotta hold this up front so you don't get me in trouble.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna tell you. Can you are you able to give it to the manager, or
can you let the manager know right there?
Yeah.
That's right.
What's your name?
Michael?
Michael?
Yeah.
Okay. So you still needed this, right?
Right.
All right. Hey, ma'am. So I'm giving this to Michael. It's just a present. It's I picked it up at Goodwill a while back. It's the Scream Collector's Edition. So yeah. So I just wanted to let you know that it's not going to do anything funny or anything, but I don't know if you can put it like in a locker or whatever. But it's a present. He's been telling me that he loves Scream. So yeah. So, is that okay? All right, so just put it wherever you need to put it.
Thanks.
All right, no problem.
What's your name?
Jeff. Yeah. Yeah, man. All right, cool. All right, guys, what's up, everybody? So an update here, or really an announcement and a reminder. So Saturday on this channel, we're going to do our second DVDs, Nuts and Popcorn podcast. Me and co-host Ty Lord, Retro Tiburon, and Zomberry. So now we're pivoting a little bit from the horror stuff. Not that we won't talk horror stuff, but until we build an audience that, you know, mainly loves horror stuff, we want to try to do some different stuff now and then. So we're going to do an 1980s, a tribute to the 1980s. We're going to talk everything 80s, toys, cartoons, movies, music, beepers, like anything you can imagine that's from the 80s. Ronald Reagan, whatever was in the 80s, we're going to talk about it. We're going to dress up like we're in the 80s. So it's going to be a really good time. Drink some beer. So you guys are welcome to stop by that, get in the chat, and possibly jump in the stream with us if you do have a YouTube channel. All right, now, the announcement is I finally got a job. So I'm finally going back to work. So everybody that was hating on me, that I was getting away with not working for the past couple of years, you can start making fun of me now, because I'm going to be clocking in, so to say, again, even though I am salary. But listen, I called my old boss on the phone. Remember I had a job that was, you know, it was handsomely paying me for the past 7 years. And I was offered the job back after I was let go during the pandemic in January, I think, of was it 2021? Yeah, I guess at the beginning of 2021, and I turned it down. And yeah, so I called him back. I said, has he heard anything out there, anybody hiring or whatever? I'm looking to get back to work. And sure enough, he said a guy had just called him from a really beautiful, massive condominium setup. And so I got in touch with that general manager. We interviewed immediately. I threw a number out there that was way more money than I was making in my last job. He took it, gave me an offer letter, and I got the job. So I start tomorrow. So this is going to be a new life for me. No more sitting at home, chilling, doing whatever I want, waking up when I want, drinking all night. None of that stuff. I got to start being serious about stuff, at least a little bit serious. Okay, so all that being said, this has been a very, I don't remember when I dropped the last video. It hadn't been too long, right? Maybe 2 weeks ago, but 2.5 weeks ago, give or take. But I only found 2 items at Goodwill this time around. And of course, we're still waiting on the next Doubletree, not Doubletree, that's a hotel, Dollar Tree, or as I like to call it, $1.25 bush, wave to come in so we can do another video for that. So, but luckily, previously mentioned, my boy Steve, Ty Lord, link in the description below to his channel. Check out his channel. You will enjoy it. He's a movie lover and a movie lover like me, media lover like me, and also he's a co-host on the live streams that we do on DVDs, Nuts and Popcorn podcast. So he sent me a box of media here. we'll go over that last. Let's go over the Goodwill pickups first. It's going to be weird. It's almost like I'm a kid again, waking up for my first day at school. Like I got to go to bed early tonight. I got to make sure that I don't drink too much. This is going to be rough, guys. All right, so I'm glad that I remembered this because I still need to put all my movies on an app. So I picked up 4 film favorites, Nightmare on Elm Street, 5 through 8. So I have 1 through 4, and it was funny because they had, well, what I was trying to say is they had 1 through 4 there too, but I was trying to remember which one I had. Sure enough, I had 1 through 4. We did a live stream on my Mr. Tight White channel back when we were doing live streams on my Mr. Tight White channel, ranking all the Nightmare on Elm Street movies in the franchise. So I can feel free to talk about these because I'm not worried about some live stream that we're going to do in the future. Nightmare on Elm Street 5, Dream Child. I remember that just being okay. Freddy's Dead, I think it was horrible if I remember correctly. Wes Craven's New Nightmare. That one is good. I remember Mario, the other co-host, Retro Tiburon, saying it was overrated. And to be honest with you, in retrospect, I can see that. I think that Nightmare on Elm Street fans were waiting on something because the movies had just been such shit lately. They were waiting on something different, something cool. And it is something different. It is something cool. I enjoyed it. I don't know about the rewatchability of it, but like I said, at the time, it really needed something for the franchise to say, okay, we're finally back to what, you know, a good Freddy movie. So, and then we have Freddy versus Jason, which when I first watched it, I did not like it at all, but I did like it much more when we did the ranking on the rewatch. So I like how that showed a lot of the Crystal Lake stuff when he was a kid, even though it was done through like dream sequences. Well, obviously it had to be done through dream sequences, but I thought that was cool, and how Freddy interjected himself into the Crystal Lake scenes, and how they showed the camp counselors having sex and stuff, kind of like they did in the first film. Or was that the second film they showed that? I can't remember now. But anyway, I like all that Crystal Lake stuff, all that, you know, precursor to what happened in the first film. I don't know. I really like that stuff. So yeah, man, not the best as far as Nightmare on Elm Street, because the series definitely went downhill, but still cool picking that up. Now I own 1 through 4 and the 5 through 8. And by the way, I'm doing the Southern thing where we want to wear cool winter stuff, and it is way too hot for that. I'm telling you right now. I'm going to have to roll the window down. I try to keep the car off because I don't like the noise and the vibration, but holy shit, it is hot in here. Keep that window down. I mean, I looked on my phone and I thought it said 40s, but it's actually like 52, so it's too hot for this for sure. All right, now. Okay, so this was a really cool find right here. And normally I won't pay $3.99 for something. I'll wait for the discount, but when I saw this, I had to pick it up. This is an Echo Bridge Home Entertainment 2012 release right here. And we have not ranked all the Children of the Corn movies on our stream yet, so I'm gonna try not to say too much because I know we're gonna do a ranking of that franchise coming up soon on the DVDs, Nuts and Popcorn podcast. So I won't say too much, but I will say something about it. So this has Children of the Corn 2, The Final Sacrifice, Children of the Corn 3, Urban Harvest, Children of the Corn 4, The Gathering, Children of the Corn 5, Fields of Terror, Children of the Corn 666, Isaac's Return. And Isaac was the main villain, child villain he was the preacher kid in the first film, which is not part of the set. And then we have Children of the Corn Revelation. And then on top of that, we have 3 Halloween movies: Halloween Curse of Michael Myers, Halloween H2O, and Halloween Resurrection. We've already did a live stream on all the Halloween movies, so I'll go ahead and talk about that right now. Halloween Curse of Michael Myers is a horrible movie. Halloween H2O is an overrated movie. Halloween Resurrection is another horrible movie. So yeah, just 3 trash movies. Well, I wouldn't say H2O is not trash. It's decent. It's just not great. Now, I've only seen the first, Stephen King adaptation. Can't remember who directed that, but I enjoy it. I'm a fan of it. I do agree that it is a cult classic. Now, I've never seen any of the other ones. Without saying too much, I will say this, guys. Part 2, 3, 4, there's definitely some cool stuff, some good to find in those films. And I really love the practical effects throughout the series so far. I've watched all the way up to 5. And 5 is, I can't say too much about it. Even 5, there's some good to be found in it. And even the CGI is kind of cool. But it doesn't do it melds the CGI and the practical effects very well. And yeah, man, there's a lot of good gore, a lot of good kills. And I'm excited to watch the rest of them, but I hear it is such a downhill battle after this. But so yeah, the next movie I have to watch is what is it? Children of the Corn 666. And then I got Revelation. And that's it. So, man, I've steamrolled through the first half of the series already. And, of course, like I said, I've seen 1 a bunch of times. Children of the Corn, man, it's a fun franchise. I'm just going to say that. All right, so that's it. And this is cool. I mean, this one as well. Oh, no, not as well. I hate when they put discs on top of each other, but I do like that there's art on them, because that's my other pet peeve. That's my biggest pet peeve, when they don't have the swivel, right? And then on top of that, they have no art. Now, they won't do art for all of them. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Maybe they do. Yeah, I take that back. They do. So that's cool. But on Children of the Corn, that's not going to be the case. But, oh, no, I'm sorry. There's no swivel either. But they do have art on the first one. I think the second one is flippable. Yeah, see, the flip, no art on that, so I don't like that, but it is what it is. All right, now moving on to Ty-Lord's box. Now, I pre-opened this already, guys. As you know, I don't like to do my videos like some people. They just go pick up stuff and they haven't seen it before and they don't know anything about anything. I like to do a little bit of research on stuff so I can talk a little bit of points on each thing, or at least the best that I can. All right, again, Ty-Lord is a co-host on the DVDs, Nuts, and Popcorn podcast. We send each other movies constantly back and forth and stuff, so it's real fun. A lot of times we send each other schlock, but we send cool stuff too, so. All right. Oh, and by the way, like, I don't know what the deal is. He sends me a box that has, like, eye holes punched in it. So I don't know if he wore this on his head and like for Halloween, or what the hell was going on. He was like creeping out the kids in the neighborhood. I don't know what's going on. Thought that was weird. All right, let's go through these first. Break some windows. All right, so he sent me Saw 2. I have no remembrance of the Saw movies, to be honest with you, except for the first one. I thought it was an original film. And, yeah, I just remember really enjoying that, renting that from, like, Hollywood Video or something like that, and really liking it. They kind of all blend together after that, and it gets kind of repetitive, to be honest with you. But I know there were some good ones in the series as well. I'm not talking that bad on the series or anything. I just don't remember. Now, I own the Blu-ray complete set of those, except for, I guess, Spiral. So I do not need this. This comes with the slip. Case is all damaged on it. I'm going to give this away like in a giveaway, or give this to one of the other co-hosts if they need it. All right? So that's that. All right, this looks like something right up my alley. I'm not gonna lie. Now I had to double take on this at first because I saw Inglourious Bastards 2, and I'm thinking the Brad Pitt movie. But what I didn't know is, I guess the Inglourious Bastards is like a reboot or something. The Brad Pitt movie, and it's what is it? Quentin Tarantino, and this came out way before that did. And there is an original Inglourious Bastards out there. Never seen it. Old flick. Of course, this has Miles O'Keefe. I'm sure I know who that is, but I just can't. I guess that's that guy right there, I would imagine. It's like a mean bastard. Then we got Fred Williamson, the classic actor. Chuck Connors, another cool actor. We have 4 movies in here. Inglourious Bastards 2, Hell's Heroes, Bridge to Hell, Apocalypse Mercenaries, and War Bus 2. War Bus 2. Like, I mean, how can this movie be bad? It's called War Bus 2. It came with the slipcover. Obviously, these are all military, Rambo, just badass films. I mean, I think this is going to be a lot of fun. Love the cover art on that. So cool. Definitely look forward to watching all these films. So yeah, that was a good one right there. All right, you can just tell by looking at this, this is Dollar Tree trash. This is something that 99.9, I don't even care if someone's sending it to me, a friend sending it to me. I'm probably not going to watch any of these movies. But I will say, I did some research because I wanted to tell you guys. So first of all, I went on IMDb. And you got to keep reminding yourself, because I always forget this. When you go on IMDb and you see a rating and it's really high, and then you see that there's only 10 people that reviewed it, throw that out immediately. Do not pay any attention to it, because it's easy for the director to get 10 friends that have the power to review on IMDb and make the movie seem like it's good. So, Iron Soldier was one of the movies on here. We got some ones on here, guys. It's not easy to find ones. When I was trying to send the guys the worst movies I could possibly find at Dollar Tree, I couldn't even find any ones. So this has multiple ones on it. It has Iron Soldier 1.4, Star Quest The Odyssey 1.6. But to my surprise, there's actually some 4s. There's some 5s on there. There's a movie called Merely Players that's 5.6. I did not check the amount of reviewers, though, so we got to be careful with that. Newark Ave was 5.2. But the movie that I want to talk about is the only movie, because I read the synopsis, and it's basically a Death Wish movie. So I went and watched the movie called Deaden. And I gotta say, I really enjoyed this freaking movie. It is brutal as all brutal gets, guys. It starts off, the premise is, I don't want to give too much away because I want you guys to go see this movie. But, and by the way, it got a 4.3 on IMDb, and it had 209 reviews. So not horrible. IMDb's weird. Like, if you get like a 5 on IMDb, sometimes it's a really solid movie. So, I don't know how to pay attention to that. But anyway, so the synopsis is set up. This guy is part of this, I guess, this mafia caliber biker gang, but he's an undercover. But he gets so deep undercover, like he literally has to kill somebody, and so he's deep undercover, right? So he's kind of losing it, right? Now he gets snitched on by a female police officer, which is like his what is the word, liaison or whatever, his the only person that he reports to. And so this gang takes him, this big ass dude. It has some really cool evil villains in this movie. This guy takes him and he's holding him by the neck, and they got him handcuffed or hogtied behind his back. He's all beat up and bloody. He can't do anything. And I'm sorry I keep looking that way, but my window's opening, so I'm in this like a preschool parking lot, but the shade is good here, so and it's closed today, so keeps thinking somebody's walking up on me. But anyway, and oh man, the first scene is bad, guys. So this other two guys and this girl is holding down his pregnant wife, and she's like probably 9 months pregnant, huge belly. And the one, I guess the leader of the gang or whatever, says, "Oh, it's time to make a deposit," and goes over there and starts raping her. After he's done raping her, the girl takes a bat and sodomizes her. I mean, it is vicious, guys. And then, just when you think it cannot get any worse than that, they take a knife, they cut her belly out, cut her belly open, they rip the fetus out and say the fetus is ugly. It is just, I mean, it's one hell of a fucking start to a movie. I'm not saying good or bad, but it is fucking vicious, guys. So after that, it's weird. They shoot like this mini spear gun thing, and this spear through his head, and it goes right into his brain. But I guess it's a miracle that he survives. Let's just put it to you that way. It's very far-fetched. But he gets out of the hospital. He goes and visits this guy who is a friend of his that owns a gun store. And this guy has probably, this guy must have pounds of cocaine. They're like ripping ounce bags open and shoving their nose, getting high. He's got guns. He's taking meds. He's all fucked up. This drug-induced revenge film happens, and his friend's helping him out. It is very hard to watch some of it, as far as it looks like. Some of it looks like an N64 game through smoked glass. Like, it's literally unwatchable, some of it. I mean, but other scenes look good, so it's weird. I mean, listen, it doesn't look great, but I have a lot of respect for a director that has an ultra low budget that can actually put together a movie that is competent as this. It's got great action scenes. Like, some of the action scenes in this movie are better than action scenes in like blockbuster movies. It's amazing what he did with what he had. I think the director is like the main protagonist in the movie. So yeah, deaden, D-E-A-D, like you deaden a vein, or you deaden, a muscle or a cramp or whatever. I don't know how to put that into a sentence, but yeah, it's pretty good, man. I'm not gonna lie. So I don't know, maybe I'll research some of these other movies on here and check them out as well. I mean, typically this would be a throwaway, but that movie was pretty damn good, man, like I said. All right, I gotta move on here. All right, I don't know if this was a joke, because I don't really like Shaun of the Dead. Like, he might have heard me say that before, so this might be like a ha-ha type of deal. But, everybody blows this movie, and I saw this movie at the movie theater, actually, and I was let down by it. But I don't know, with me, I'm funny. Like, it takes a very great, like, for instance, Evil Dead 2 is like the best example of horror and comedy that I can probably give you. That and like Return of the Living Dead, American Psycho with Kristen Bale, those are all three great examples. But if you put too much comedy into a movie, I'm just out of it. It doesn't work for me. If it's a horror movie and it has too much comedy, this has too much comedy. It's British comedy. It's just, it does not do it for the, I was going to say the American in me, but, I don't want to make it sound like that. It's just, I don't know. Well, you know what? Maybe if I was British, I'd like it, but I just do not find anything good about it. Maybe I need to rewatch it, but I don't know. Like I said, I saw it at the movie theater and was not impressed. So this might be going to someone as well. Man, let me get a sip of water here. Going back to work. Going back to work. All right, I'll save the best for last. All right, Tyler knows that I love witch movies if they're done well. This is a trash movie, I'm sure. Now, so IMDb gave this a 2.7. It had 266 reviews, so you can go ahead and buy into that. It's probably going to be a 2 type of movie. So, now, I made a mistake at first. Don't confuse this with the other 2020 release, which was like a Spanish period piece by the same name. That movie got really, really good reviews. So that is not the Spanish film, or this is not that Spanish film. 5 undergrad witches come together in order to perform a ritual to invoke the ancient powers of the witch Ashura. The leader of the coven gets carried away and accidentally kills one of the witches during the ritual. She needs the strength of the complete coven to invoke Ashura's powers and sends them to find the final witch. I'm not going to read the rest of it. Yeah, not going to be very good, guys, but yeah, moving on. Dollar Tree goodness right there. All right, Gates of Darkness. This is going to be, let me see. This actually got a 4.0 on IMDb, so it might be okay. 491 reviews. It has Tobin Bell in it from the Saw series. I want to say he's passed away, but I could be wrong about that. I read up on this a little bit. It's an exorcism flick. It's got twin sisters that telepathically, or they can telepathically connect with each other. And, yeah, I don't know what else to say about it. Leading you to the gates of hell. It's got John Savage in it. Isn't that the guy from Wonder Years, or am I losing my mind? Which, if you did have John Savage in your movie, wouldn't you have him on the back? I don't know. Maybe it's a different John Savage. Who knows? All right, what else do we got here? Now, I originally thought that I sent this to him, but I sent this to Mario, the other co-host. Monstrous, which is a Bigfoot horror movie. So now that I have it, I guess I will watch it. Mario, I think I sent him stuff and he never watches it because I never hear any feedback on anything from him on movies. So I'm going to have to check it out, take one for the team. I do love Bigfoot movies, and this one doesn't look like it's too bad. I didn't do any research on the IMDb. I'm sure I did when I sent it to Mario. It probably had, the reason I picked it out is it probably had a low rating on IMDb when I sent it to him. And this is cool. This is more from my Mr. Tight White channel, but he sent me a Capcom. What is this? This is volume 1, the Capcom collection. And that is factory sealed, so really cool. And on this is Street Fighter 2, Ghost and Goblins. I'm a huge Ghost and Goblins fan. Legendary Wings, Bionic Commando, Forgotten Worlds, Ghouls and Ghosts. That's the SNES port, I believe. Or they had their own port. Section Z, or Genesis had its own port, so I don't know which port that is. Or no, I'm sorry. Ghouls and Ghosts is, I'm pretty sure, the SNES one. 1942, Mercs, Commando, X's, Gunsmoke, Sun, and Final Fight. So real cool collection there. I will not be opening that. I already own that. I'm a factory sealed collector as well, so I already have an open copy of that. So that was real cool. All right, so I got 2 more schlocky movies. Well, actually, the IMDb wasn't too bad on this. Got a 4.3 on IMDb. Had 574 reviews, so I'll just go ahead and read the premise. This is obviously a haunting film. Blake Cunningham and his alcoholic mother are forced to move into a mysterious Clemente Hall, a vast, isolated manor house, to care for his dying grandfather, who resides in the attic room. Soon, ghostly goings-on fill the house with dread as it becomes apparent grandfather's illness may have supernatural cause that can only be cured by uncovering the terrifying secrets of the house and its dark history. It's got kind of a cool monster on the back of it, but it's really dark. I don't know if you guys can see that. So I don't know. It's a Dark Temple Moon motion picture release presented by Charlie Steed Film. I don't know. I don't recognize anybody in it. Be careful what you look for. Be careful what you watch at Dollar Tree, right? All right, this is another one that had a surprising IMDb on it. this had 4.5, and it's got a ton of reviews, 1,800. Basically, this is about, it has Tara Reid. I think I just said that, but yeah, Tara Reid's in it for a third time. I can't remember the name of this channel, but it's a couple, excuse me, and it's a husband and wife team, and he's been in some of those VHS collection, DVD collection movies that's been coming out the last few years, those real low-budget movies, showing off some of his collection. He's got a massive collection, and his wife is in every one of his videos. Seems like they seem like sweetheart of a couple, but he's got a Tara Reid intro in every one of his videos, and she looks like she's straight out the trailer park. She has no makeup on. It doesn't look like she looks like a train wreck, and it's so funny because he reuses it every video, and I'm thinking to myself, come on, bro. She's really having a hard time in life right now. Can you pay for another cameo and get a new cameo from her? You're really going to reuse every one of her cameo over and over again? I don't know. I just find that kind of hilarious. But this movie right here, it's about these 7 paintings that I guess are purchased, or they're in this house, this house that a family lives in, and the paintings are corrupted by the 7 deadly sins. Now, oh man, it says Richard Greco in it. I have not seen him in anything good since, not the Hill Street Blues. What is that shit, where the kids would go undercover at the school? Was it Jump Street? 21 Jump Street, like wasn't he in I think he was in 21 Jump Street, man. He hasn't done anything in a long time, man. I'm talking about a career that has faded. All right, I'm a fan of this franchise. I think there's 2 or 3 of these. I can't remember now. Hopefully I'm not mixing it up with another. I know this movie for sure. I've seen this movie multiple times. Paul Walker. It's got the guy, what is it, Steve Zahn in it, I think? Yeah, Steve Zahn. And that chick right there, I can't remember her name. Lily Sobieski? She's probably Russian. I think she was in the Glass House, if I remember correctly. But anyway, this is, trying to remember what happens in this movie. Isn't this where he, isn't this where they check into, hopefully I'm not mixing this up. I think they check into a motel, and there's a VHS and the VCR that was left in there, and it's a snuff film. And it's a snuff film that was recorded in that hotel room. So they start freaking out, and then let me see if this is true. Stalked by a vengeful trucker, 3 friends race for their lives. It's a thrilling, nail-biting. Maybe I'm thinking of something else. I could be thinking of something. Oh, you know what? That is so funny. On the back of it has a sign of a motel in Vacancy. And that reminds me, I'm thinking of the movie Vacancy by coincidence. It has that on there. That is hilarious. Okay, so this is a road film. Has nothing to do with a motel. I'm sorry. There might be a motel in the movie. I can't remember.
Fucking idiot.
But yeah, this is a road flick, and yeah, I just remember enjoying it a lot. Robert Ebert gave it a first-rate pure thriller. Yeah, it's more a thriller than a horror movie, but yeah, a lot of fun. That's funny about Vacancy. All right, now for the best here, guys. Sorry if I'm long-winded here. Hopefully I still got enough time to finish this. I had 48 minutes on the memory here. Now, you guys know I'm a big fan of the Masters of Horror series, and the guys have been helping me out to hopefully one day complete this. So if they see anything out in the wild, they find it and send it my way. And Tyler definitely hooked it up here. Hopefully I'm saying this right. This is a Clive Barker film, Hackle's Tale, or Hakel's Tale. Damn, somebody's screaming. So this actually has some, so the research that I've done on this has some necromancer stuff in it, and possibly some necrophilia stuff in it as well. And this does come with the slip. I'm not going to read this synopsis here, guys. It's so long. But anyway, this has, this is from John McNaughton's, the director of Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer. I love Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer. So I guess it's a Clive Barker book, but it wasn't directed by him. So yeah, looking forward to watching that. Man, I'm still stuffy, man. I had COVID, and I'm still, like, my sinuses suck, man. It's driving me nuts. All right, so we have a 2-film here. Don Coscarelli, who's the director of Phantasm series. And then we have Mick Garris, who directed Critters 2, Sleepwalkers. He wrote Fly 2. He wrote Hocus Pocus. I think he directed Riding the Bullet. He's done a lot of Stephen King adaptations. Plus, I think Mick Garris is the executive producer on all of these Masters of Horror films, so that's pretty cool. This is kind of his thing. And don't know too much about... Oh, no, I'm sorry. Incident on and Off a Mountain Road is like a slasher film with this cool-looking monster. It also has Angus Scrimm, I think that's his name, the guy, the tall man from the Phantasm movies, playing a different role in this, so it's weird seeing him play like a different role. And so, of course, that's a Don Coscarelli thing, having him in there, so that was really cool. And then Chocolate, which stars Henry Thomas, which I think Henry Thomas was the kid from E.T., correct me if I'm wrong. Later on, he was in Gangs in New York. And I think Chocolate is basically like a chocolate. It's like a love story, but the person that he's in love with turns out to be this evil female, let me see, depressed young divorced man who creates artificial flavorings until the day his life is hijacked by a series of random sensory flashes, physically linked to an unknown beautiful woman named Lucy Laurier, I guess that's her real name. Jamie suddenly begins to experience all the pain, passion, and forbidden pleasures of her existence. I won't say any more about that. I really enjoyed Incident on and Off a Mountain Road. Basically, she hits this creature, or no, she gets a car wreck, and then when she gets out the car, she sees this creature killing somebody, and then that creature starts trying to go after her and kill her. But she's got all this background in survival. So she's like the perfect person for this to happen to. There's this backstory with her abusive boyfriend that's taught her all this survival stuff, which is really interesting. Yeah, enjoyed that one. And look forward to watching Chocolate. Okay, so this I can send someone's way. We have another copy of Chocolate. And then the last is from the director of An American Werewolf in London, who is John Landis. We have Deer Woman. It says, experience terrifying visions from the greatest minds in the genre of horror. These are the masters of horror. Detective Dwight Faraday is a burnt-out cop demoted to Weird Calls desk until a series of bizarre murders suddenly grabs his attention. I won't read it. I'm just going to guess what this is, since it's called Deer Woman. Quite possibly a deer is killed by a drunk driver. They don't give a shit. They drive away. This deer becomes possessed by this evil spirit, or this vengeful spirit, I should say. And next thing you know, you have Deer Woman, and she's going out killing everybody with her hooves and her deer horns. It's pretty much what it's going to be. I can go ahead and guess that, guys. So look forward to watching this. Thank you, Steve, for sending me all this stuff. It's really cool that I have some more Masters of Horror. I think I have half the whole collection now. I need to do I will do a video once I get the full collection. We'll talk more about these. All right, guys, that's it. I got to prep for work. Man, it's going to suck going back to work. At least I'm making good money, though. So now I can start splurging and buying stuff. I don't have to stick to the Dollar Trees of the world. I can actually buy, like, Arrow videos and shit like that, and, you know, Scream Factory releases. I can be a big shot like Mario. All right, so that's it. Thank you for watching the video. Once again, tentatively, well, I don't know if I said this before, The live stream about the 1980s we're going to do on Saturday is tentative to a certain extent. This is my first week at this job, guys. If he asked me to work Saturday night, I'm not going to say no. So I'm just saying I might have to cancel this, but if everything goes good, we should be able to do it. So I'll see you guys hopefully Saturday on the live stream, 7 p.m. Bring your 1980s clothes. Transformer hat, as you can see right there. 80s Autobots. Yeah, that's it. Why am I... Decepticons. Autobots and Decepticons. Man, I love the 80s Transformers. Nothing like it. One of the best cartoons of all time. Quite possibly could be the best cartoon of all time. All right, guys. I hope you guys are lucky out there finding whatever media that you are looking for. Good luck out there on the hunt. And I'll see you guys on the next video or in the live stream.